Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now today I'm not going to make a dog's dinner out of this review. I am going to give you my opinions on Floris JF. House of Floris has been around since 1730 and it is still at number 89 Jermyn Street, right in the heart of St James's in London. And it is the oldest perfumer in the United Kingdom. It's had, I think, royal warrants in the past, and it is, one might say, the most conservative and traditional of conservative and traditional fragrance houses. They rarely spring surprises on us, and I think that's true of JF, but let's have a look at JF and see what it's all about. Now, Floris was initially founded by a gentleman called Juan Floris, and that is where this gets its name, JF, from. So, just so we understand. However, this hasn't been around since 1730. Let me tell you, this has been around since, I think, 1992. So it's been in the Floris portfolio for quite some time. They've got a package of other products around it. I think they do like shave products and things like that. So it's one of their stalwart performers. With good reason, actually, with good reason. I rather like it. I'll say that up front, right from the get-go. There are some things I don't like about Floris, and that stems from the fact that they are very conservative. They're not very exciting. Nothing about the house is exciting. I mean, even all of their bottles are identical. They've been trying to jazz them up lately by using more colourful labels and the like. But the truth is, you might say they are very mundane. And one of the biggest issues I find about Floris is the performance of their products, all right? They are really long-lived fragrances and they really project very well. So that's one of the issues too. I'd like to say just for one moment here as well, that today's review comes to us with the total sponsorship, if you want to call it that, of a gentleman called James, who wrote to me a while ago. He's a viewer and said, look, I've got a few fragrances that I've bought. I don't like them. Can I pass them on to you and you can make use of them on the channel? And JF is one of the fragrances that James sent to me. So in effect, a viewer is sponsoring this channel by sending me a fragrance. So, as I say, not a strong performer. In spite of that, I'm not saying that I don't like Floris. I actually own quite a few of their fragrances and I do wear them on a daily basis. I really do. And I'll say up front, I really like this one. So what can I say about it? Let's put a bit on the skin and we can get going. I like it. I like it a great deal. I really do enjoy this one. There are layers of crispy citrus which come to you straight away. I think it's actually described as a woody aromatic with citrus, and that is really true. I mean, that would be an excellent description of this fragrance. It's got tiers of citrus within it. I'm just drinking in the splendor of the aroma as I'm saying these things. So on the scent profile, it's the top note, so this is what we get initially when it's sprayed on. Bergamot, lime, lemon, orange, clary sage. 4 different types of citrus there in the opening. And I definitely smell that. In the middle part, the heart of the fragrance, you get cypress, petitgrain, jasmine and juniper. Jasmine and juniper, I definitely get that. In the base where it settles down when it's been on the skin for a while, musk, oak moss, cedar and ambergris. Now, cedar, bit of musk, I'd go with that. I mean, to my mind, a lot of these scent profiles which they publish bear no resemblance to what you smell when you sniff them at all. They're all mostly, created fragrances. These are synthetic elements. It doesn't really contribute to the smell. It is the combination that I'm really looking for. So I don't get tied up in these various things. Let me tell you what I think of this fragrance. When would you wear it? Seasonally. Definitely spring and summer. I would say this is a light, cheerful, crispy fragrance, and that is a delight. It's joyous. I'm making this video in June. Perfect. I'm surrounded by flowers poking through the earth, and this feels a perfect time to be wearing this. What age would I suggest a gentleman would wear this? Well, I'm going to say mature. I mean, I don't know any Floris fragrances which are in essence for younger people. I mean, you can wear anything you want, any time you want. It's entirely up to you. But for my gut instinct, I would say this would probably suit somebody a little more on the mature side. But it's just my interpretation. Maybe 30 plus. What time of day would you wear this? I would say this is very much a daytime fragrance. It's not something with the power to wear out in the evening. Maybe you're in an environment with other people, you want something with more projection. This is not a marvelous projector, so I wouldn't say this is an occasion fragrance either. You know, a daytime fragrance, and maybe something you can wear for most of life, but not for special occasions. Not for a wedding day, not for that day you've been called up to sit down and have lunch with the Pope, not for the day, you know, where it's a special occasion, you're meeting the in-laws. Maybe this is a little too mundane. It's an office, you know, day-to-day signature scent, rather than your sort of personality boost on that big day that you need something pretty special. Projection, well, modest, I would say. You know, when you first put it on, it's a pleasing fragrance, but it's not going to knock out to anybody else around in the room. Longevity, modest to weak. When I apply this, like many Floris fragrances, unfortunately, I mean, admittedly, it's an eau de toilette, so it's not an eau de parfum, but even the eau de parfums by Floris don't last very long on the skin for me. This one, couple of hours top end, and then it's died away to, you know, an intimate signature scent, skin scent. So you'd need to get really up close to somebody, maybe hugging somebody, for them to notice you're wearing it. So if you're looking for an all-day performer, you'd have to be applying this more than once in the middle of the day, I would say, just to keep it going. Yeah, so that's projection, longevity, modest to weak, I would say. Third-party comments, well, I don't think anybody's going to dislike this one. You know, it has, as I say, quite a crispy, pleasant, enjoyable scent to it. And I find it hard to think anybody would take aversion to it. So third-party comments, even though I haven't had any when I've been wearing this, I would imagine most people are going to be on board with it. What does it look like? What does the bottle look like? Well, it looks like every other bottle that Floris make. It is the same slab-sided bottle. It is their signature bottle. The only thing they do as a manufacturer is change the label. A little bit lazy, one might say. Others might say a little bit traditional. People like that. But when you're looking into your fragrance collection and you're trying to work out which fragrance you're going to wear that morning, and all of the bottles look exactly the same and the writing is really small on them, and as a gentleman advances in age, his eyesight decreases in its accuracy, I have to get the bottle up close, and that can be a pain in the neck if you're looking for a specific one and you've got 8 bottles that look exactly the same. What I would say to Floris, make the bloody writing bigger, or put some more interesting shapes on the bottles. I know they are putting colours on them now, but you know, it's just the same if you can't remember what colour it is. But that's just my opinion. The value proposition here, Floris Eau de Toilette, pretty much all of their EDT range is £100 a bottle for 100 millilitres. So pretty standard price. I think it's a little steep. I mean, I remember paying £85 a bottle for Floris not that long ago. I felt comfortable at £85, but tipping over into the 3 figures, 100 and above, you know, you need to perform a little bit better in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. You can get a 50 millilitre bottle, which is £80, so I'd avoid that like the plague because you're losing money fast. Pay the extra 20 quid and get twice the amount, in my opinion. Or you can get 100 millilitres for £25. Now that's a financial suicide mission. Stay away from that. You know, if you like the stuff, buy it in the 100 millilitres. That's where you're going to get your best bang for buck. So, finally, my observations. It is a rather lovely, crisp, clean summer and spring fragrance, which, I tell you, it has a striking similarity in many regards to Creed's Green Irish Tweed and Davidoff Cool Water. I enjoy both of those fragrances, and I enjoy this one as well. There is an element to it which they share almost a familiar element, for sure. You know, I definitely get that little fragrance. It's there. I couldn't tell you what it is, can't put my finger on it, but you know, it's not so similar as I'd say it's a direct intent to mirror something like Green Irish Tweed, but there are definite similarities. If you like Green Irish Tweed, you're quite likely to like this one. Although this doesn't perform anything like it, it is of course a fraction of the price. So worth considering. I really like it, and I'm going to wear it quite a lot. I think I'll get through this bottle this year. So I'm going to thank James again for sending it in, and I hope you enjoyed the review today. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. You can practically support the channel by leaving me a comment, dropping me an email. I tell you what guys, if you've got a bottle of fragrance that you don't like and you'd like to see me pick it apart here on this channel, drop me an email and you can send it in to me and I will credit you with the bottle and we'll have this conversation again using a different fragrance. If you'd like to practically support in another way, you could buy me a coffee or even become a patron. I make extra videos for my patrons and all of the links to all of that is in the show notes below. So until the next time, go through life smelling well, and I will see you again very soon.